video. You see, today I want to talk about the understanding and the connectivity of marriage. You see, the Lord says if you find a good woman, a good wife, then indeed you have found good treasure. But the world has changed so drastically that marriages, right, have become a business. Now, why I say marriages have become a business is because, you see, the Lord created a marriage for what? Connectivity, unity, bonding, building, growing. However, it requires male and female, two male and a female to become one. Simply because the attachment of both man and female connects to be one being spiritually. So, which helps to strengthen the force of the power in the spiritual realm to help you to conquer any battles that the journey of marriage gives. Really, it's you and your partner against the world. So, in that sense, that is why there is a unity between you two. But, celebrity marriages. A lot of celebrity marriages is for money. It doesn't really last long simply because it is orchestrated. That means most of the time, because everybody knows the ins and out of these celebrities, they know everything about them wherever they go, right? They're basically scrutinized under a microscope. Now, why am I saying that? Because you see, the business of marriage has changed the concept of love in the marriages. So the love of God has been taken out and replaced with the dollar, the dollar, because it's all about money. Medica is a Ghanaian artist, and his wife is called Phila McAfee. Now, these two are what? One's an actress, and one is an artist / promoter, producer. Both in the African culture and then around the world are known for what, creativity they have brought onto the world. But these two, before getting married, they got advice from so many different people that if you are not ready for marriage, it is a vow that you should not take unless you are fully committed or you are fully ready, because it's a journey that changes a lot of things. A lot of people rush to get married because they're like, well, that's what I have to do. No, that's not what you have to do. Because you see, do not go in front of God for God to put you guys together, for you guys to call it quits because you made it final. One of the major problems people have is the concepts of rebel, being a rebel in their relationship, fighting against each other, not realizing that in fact you guys are one, or one person manipulating the other in order to control the means of the other person. So many things happen, and we don't know the full story, but we heard certain things that have come up, that these things destroy the sacredness of marriage. And so, because of this in fact affects the long term goal that each of the marriages have. It changes the narrative. The trust is gone. I encourage anybody who's married not to publicize their relationship to the public. That it is you two that got married, so it is you two that should sort out your problems. A lot of times, marriages get destroyed because of false friendship, because misery loves what? Company. So because misery loves company, this changes the narrative, because a jealous person might say, well, your husband is supposed to treat you like this, or you're getting deceived to thinking that a man is supposed to treat their woman like this, or a woman is supposed to treat their man like this. Both have to put in work, but the decision has to come purely from the individual. Once you start to get outskirts of advice that you're not sure about, but you basically end up taking strides in order for you to take advice from those who are not, they don't really want to see you good. Differentiating what is good advice and what is bad advice. These things change how people are. And it changes, the bond of marriage. It can make you better, marriage, or destroy you totally. So you have to be careful, because it is a step that people are taking, but many are not ready for. They're just taking it because of the pressures of society. So most of the time, because they're not ready for the long journey, right? They're not fully understanding, because don't get married because, oh, you met and everybody's saying, why don't you guys get married? Why don't you guys get married? Marriage is not a rush thing. If you're in a relationship with somebody and they say, well, let's get married, right? But you're not ready, do not force yourself to do it. Do not put yourself in a predicament that's going to change your destiny. There are so many wealthy people that have gotten married and have lost everything because the marriage that they had was more of a business transaction than actual love communication. These things tend to happen. So be careful and take one step at a time in the journey of marriage, or else it won't last. Both partners must understand each other, understand the communication, the connectivity. They must understand these things in order for the marriage to last. You see an old couple, you're like, hey, they married for like 40 years straight, and that they stayed together. And many people would come along and say, how did these people manage to stay together? How come? Why were they able to stay together? I am pretty sure they faced so many challenges. And because they faced so many challenges, they prevailed because they stuck together, because they basically realized that, hey, this is a situation that we can choose not to bond, but then it'll split us, or we can choose to bond to get stronger. Because what doesn't conquer you makes you stronger, especially when you are in a partnership and your partner comes first to your friends, to everybody else, you know, and of course your children if you have. But your relationship has to be valued very high, and everything else is low, because that's who you are. But if you let out your relationship to the public and everybody knows what you are doing and the things that you put in place and how your relationship is, people are always going to come and give their advice. People that are negative, that don't like you, will always try to tear you guys apart. They will try to peer pressure you into doing things and saying, you know, you deserve better and this and that, when it's not true. Everybody deserves something good, but marriage doesn't always have a positive side, because you build love not when only good things are happening. It's when challenging things take place, you know, so that the love is actually being earned through the journey, right? It's when things are not going right and you guys bond together to make it right by fixing and providing a solution. You know, listening, understanding the position that each partner plays. You know, you cannot play the next partner's position and try to make the next partner play your position. It doesn't work. You know, if you're gonna plug in a charger, if you use the wrong charger for the wrong device, it won't work. It's only when you use the right one. Don't try to switch it around. Don't try to change it. That's the whole narrative of everything. That's how it works. So let me know what you guys think of this marriage. That so many people are married, but then they're getting divorced. And they're just moving on right away. Even while they're married and they have not finalized anything, they just move on and go do other things. That means marriage is not meant for it to be a game. People want to get married because they want to have the title to make it seem like they're accomplished, but they're not. You know, it doesn't work like that. Sometimes marriage is not meant for everybody, because not everybody can handle what it comes with. You know what I mean? So let me know what you guys think. Stay motivated and have a blessed day. Bye now.